Alright! Welcome everybody to another Minecraft Snapshot update video, and today we are reviewing Snapshots 17w13a and b, and as you can see behind me, oh, they all left. They're all congregating over there. There's a lot of parrots in this update. This is the main focus of this. Wow, mad frame drops. Parrots are still a little buggy, but I will be getting into them later. And for now, let's get into the features of the snapshot. First up is the advancements. So once I hit the pause menu, you'll see that the word achievements here has been replaced with the word advancements. And if I click on it, it says there doesn't seem to be anything here, with a little sad face down here. And this is because Dinnerbone completely got rid of the old achievement system and replaced it with this new advancement system, which is a JSON file system, and this is especially useful for map makers who can actually add custom achievements into their maps. Now, as of this snapshot, Dinnerbone hasn't implemented everything with advancements that he wants to implement. As you can obviously tell, once you load up a default world, it says there doesn't seem to be anything here, but in a future snapshot there should be some default advancements. So up next are a few features in conjunction with each other, and did anyone just see that squid disappear right there? Because I certainly did. So anyway, these few features go hand in hand. So the first one of which is if we open up the survival inventory now, there's now a thing called the recipe book. And if we click it, it opens up a crafting inventory, somewhat like Pocket Edition and Console Edition of Minecraft, in that it will allow you to craft recipes that you previously unlocked. Now I'm holding wood in my hand, so a lot of wood-based recipes are unlocked. I was fooling around with another feature with iron, which I will show you to right now. And so actually there's another game rule, and it's game rule do limited crafting. And it's set to false by default, but if it's set to true, that means you can only craft recipes that you have unlocked in the recipe book. And so, once again, another handy feature for map makers. And so now that I have set to true, you'll notice if I wanted to craft, for example, crack stone, or stone brick rather, let's just do stone brick. It's not here, but if I go /recipe, that's another command. /recipe will give and take recipes that you can craft. So recipe give DiamondbackPlays stone. Let's do brick. Oh, that won't work. We can do stone brick stairs, in fact. And so now I have the recipe for stone brick stairs. Now if I open up this crafting book and I actually give myself some stone brick. Nope, I just want some stone brick. What? Actually, we can do brick. We can do brick. You know what? So let's add recipe brick. Brick block. And so now if we open up, there it is. You can see that we can craft bricks. And it'll come here in red because it doesn't have the required, I don't have the required amount of the brick here to make the block version. But for example, if I did oak wood planks, you can see how this is surrounded in a white border because I can do it. And I can do it again if I... It's actually kind of inefficient because it only puts one of this wood in here, but it should be improved over time in future snapshots. So next up is the narrator feature, and if I press Control B,
narrator active,
you can hear that. And now I'm gonna post a quote from my favorite book,
Diamondback The bourgeoisie, wherever it has got the upper hand, has put an end to all feudal, patriarchal, idyllic relations.
So you can see that it will read anything that a player says in chat. However, it will not do commands with /me, like /me hi. It won't say it, but if I just type hi,
Diamondback hi.
And if you want to inactivate the narrator, Control B again.
Narrator inactive.
There you go. Some new NBT tags have been added to the game, the first two of which are shoulder entity left and shoulder entity right. and these will detect whether an entity is on the left and right shoulders of the player, and I'll get more back to that when we investigate the parrot mob. The next one is scene credits, and this changes to 1 if a player has seen the end credits after going through the end portal after defeating the Ender Dragon. Then we have recipe book, and this is a string with a list of recipes in JSON format that a player has seen, and this goes along with the recipe book. The last one is just recipes, which is used in the knowledge book, which I will go to next. And the knowledge book is basically a book that when right-clicked will give you a certain recipe to add to your collection. And so with this recipes tag, you can define the recipes that will be consumed with the knowledge book. And so now, like I was just saying earlier, I'm going to what is up with the squids? And so now I'm going to teach you about the knowledge book. So if I do /give at p, and then I type in null, and then that will complete it with knowledge book. And then this is the recipes NBT tag I was talking about earlier. I can do white wool. I'm not sure if it'll give it to me. It might. And if I right click it, it may now give me that knowledge. If I go into game mode 0, white wool should be there if I get a piece of string. And there it is, white wool. It unlocked that recipe for me. As you can see, I need more string, but the knowledge book is, once again, another great feature for map makers. Now the feature you've all been waiting for, the parrot. Now I think I have all 5 variations here. That's very scary. And you know what's happening is that one of the features of parrots is that they will imitate the sounds of mobs around them, obviously in a higher pitch. So there must be a zombie or something in a cave below me. But if I spawn a sheep here, maybe they'll start imitating the sheep. I heard one sound like a sheep. Most of them are still fixated on that zombie from below. But there are 5 variations, and actually this gold variation was just added in the B version of the snapshot. So 1, green is the second, then we have this like cyan colored one, and then we have the dark blue and the dark red. And so they can actually be tamed with cookies. So if I right click on them, come on, got him. And now I can right click him to stand on my shoulder. It's pretty cool. Now, they have to be tamed, obviously, to stand on your shoulder. So, you can have 2 of them on a shoulder at a time. However, if you don't try, and, oh, and I forgot to mention, if you jump, they'll go away. So, that's a kind of a bad feature. But let's see if I can get 2 on my shoulder again. Oh, come on. Let's get this one on my shoulder. Let's get this one on my shoulder. And so now I have 2 on my shoulder. However, don't try to get a 3rd one on your shoulder, because as of this snapshot, I believe it will just disappear. Or now, in the A version of the snapshot, it will disappear. The parrot will just completely despawn itself. But now, in the B version of the snapshot, I've noticed that they fixed that bug in that I'm right-clicking on this one that I just tamed, and it will not let me put it on my shoulder. So I have to jump in order to get those 2 parrots to get off. However, if I put them on my shoulders again, and then I put my elytra on, they'll actually stay with me. I say that, but they might not. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know. It says they'll stay with you during elytra flights, but I don't know how that's possible. I have to experiment a little more with that. All the feathers you see around me are from the dead parrots, who, obviously, yes, drop feathers when they die, but this will actually help me with the next feature of the snapshot. If you open a crafting table, and you put your stuff in a crafting table, and then you hit E, normally they would just spew out into the world, but now, they return to your inventory. Now, due to some concern over some certain textures representing a swastika, and the symbol of the Hungarian Nazi Party, certain glazed terracotta textures have been changed. And before I close out this snapshot update video, I would like to mention that this is the first snapshot that requires Java 8. And so this is a positive aspect for modders who can now use the features that Java 8 provides. And you shouldn't have a problem if you're just using the newest Minecraft launcher, as Minecraft, unless you're using a custom Java install, Minecraft will just install the right version of Java for you. However, if you run a server, you may want to check to see if you are running this version, if you're using Java 8, or if you need to upgrade from most likely 6 or 7. And so that's it for this snapshot update video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more in the future, smash that like button down below. And I will see you in the next update video. Bye-bye!